Hello and welcome back to the Mind and Money podcast. I am Sherry, a financial coach.
I'm Val, a financial planner, and today we are talking about attracting the people that you want to work with and repelling the ones that maybe aren't meant for you. So this is in great timing with Sherry showing me some of her most recent purchases. So downstairs there was a box and it's from Oak and Willow.
Yep.
So Oak and Willow, and Sherry, tell us a bit about how they attracted you. And what it is, maybe.
And like attracting your ideal client and repelling the clients that you don't want to work with, it's the same. The same actions will help you do that. And Oak and Willow, who we're going to try tagging them and see, they're a very openly political business who cares about people. And they're Canadian based, which I also love, but they are not fans of Trump, to be very tame, which very much aligns with my values. On their social media, they use asshats who are mega and are huge Trump fans because she shares their business model, how everybody who works for the company, with the exception of new hires, but after a period of time, those new hires, everybody gets paid the same. Everybody gets paid the same benefits. It is based on how much money the company is bringing in. And it has so many benefits because everybody's really bought in. I would hazard to guess there's very low turnover. Everybody wants the company to succeed because it helps their income. So you're making sure the products are all good quality. And I also like the products are zero waste for the most part.
Non-toxic or low toxic.
Yeah, and just they're not sending you the water when they send you. They've got cleaning tabs and all of that stuff. So very much in alignment with, I love the business model because that's, everybody wants to hate on people that are on government assistance, people that are using programs that they need, like in the US, SNAP benefits, which is specifically for food. People are yeah, they shouldn't be able to buy this. They shouldn't be able to buy this. They want to restrict what foods. So it's fresh ingredients, not processed stuff. It's hating on the people that need government assistance to live and support themselves. A, they're not living the bougie life. And B, those people aren't the problem. I read a few articles around how one of the biggest employers, who is Walmart, a high percentage of their employees are on SNAP benefits. So it's the problem isn't the benefits. The problem isn't that those people aren't working. The problem is
the top heavy,
that they're not being paid a livable wage because maybe unpopular opinion, but I think somebody working a full-time job should be able to live a reasonable life regardless of what that full-time job is. And that is not the case. Even some households that are working 2 full-time jobs aren't able to pay their bills and live a decent wage, and they're dependent on government assistance. And it's not those people that are taking your tax dollars. It's the big corporations that the owners and the CEOs aren't paying tax dollars, or the grocery stores who are making profit hand over fist, and their profits are increasing significantly. This is turning into a rant. But
so this company shared a lot of aligned values outside of even the product that they sell. It was about the company structure, their beliefs, their values. So Sherry not only was attracted to the product and it felt in alignment, but everything behind the scenes also was in alignment, and they're openly sharing about it. So when it comes to running a business and sharing about who you want to work with and who you are, because a lot of the times, even if you do sell a product, chances are, not always, but there's another product similar out there in the market. So why are clients buying from your company? Why are they coming to work with you? Social media is a big conduit for that. Showing who you are, right? I'm assuming that's where you saw TikTok, I think.
Yes. Pull me back in, Val. Pull me back in. And yeah, that's a good point where I would think a lot more of these things would be related to service-based businesses, like businesses like we have, where we're supporting people through conversations, and less for product-based businesses. But this purchase really highlighted that that's not necessarily the case. And she'll often use hate comments to spark conversations and create content. And then we'll offer discount codes to be hey, if you are angry that this person said this, use this discount code and help piss him off even more by us being able to use his hate comment to generate content and business. So it's like, and Val really nailed it. It's by sharing who you are and what you believe in and just like being you will attract the people you want to work with and repel the people that you don't. And I know for a long time in business, I sat in the like, well, I don't want to repel anybody. I just people pleasing, want to make everybody happy. And I don't want to work with anyone.
I want to be able to help everyone.
But really, I don't.
And the flip side of that coin is that not always will all of your clients be 100% in alignment with you. And that's okay too. But there is some boundary in there where it becomes too opposite for the relationship to be successful or healthy or productive. So like there's clients that may not share all of my values and beliefs, but we still work really well together.
And it's sometimes figuring out what's that line. And of course, we're going to flip this back to money, because when you know who you are, when you know where you are financially, and when you've put in systems to create stability in your business, you can then have more power to be having a conversation sitting across the table with somebody who's basically waving a giant red flag about how they're going to be somebody you don't want to work with. And you're going to say yes anyways because of that like financial uncertainty and that just like, oh, I need more.
Yeah, I have to take them on. I have to take them on.
The power to say no. Damn, that's powerful.
And when you're having those conversations, that intro call, whatever that piece is when you're meeting someone for the first time, it is that vibe check. Do we enjoy each other's presence? Does it feel right? Or did they leave me feeling drained and they're not a good fit? Our gut has a really good indicator.
Like if you also have ADHD, our gut is our superpower, but the challenge is then figuring out how to trust our gut and believe that it's a superpower and not second guessing ourselves. Because when somebody turns into that like frustrating or even that nightmare client, we can look back and be like, yeah,
like we saw this coming. There was signs.
We fucking ignored those signs hardcore.
Yeah.
And just like your ideal client is probably going to slowly evolve over time. And you might hear a lot of pressure around like the earlier you are in business, you nail down your ideal client. And we think certain things. We think
age,
demographic, but it's like aligned values and political beliefs. And do you have common interests? And you might think, well, having common interests doesn't really, like, why would you want to do that? But a lot of my clients are runners. So that can be very inspiring, because when a client is like, well, I want to spend $2,000 to go run the New York Marathon, somebody who's not a runner be like, it costs how much to do what now? Like, oh, cool. How do we do that?
I think that niche was a big buzzword for a long time. Like, what's your niche? What's your niche? You need to, and I'm maybe saying it wrong. I've heard it said a couple different ways.
I think niche.
Fight
me on it.
So when it comes to that, sometimes we can get too far into the weeds. For a long time, I was like, I have to have a demographic, right? Like family or business owner or retiree. But what I find more is that it's their energy and their attitude. And that's where the collaboration matters.
Vibe check. And if you have had your business for a while and you're feeling pulled to go get more specific in this area, but none of the traditional things are like connecting the dots for you, look at who you've worked with, jot some things down about them, like maybe their jobs, maybe projects you worked on, but then highlight the ones, give them a score from 1 to 10. Who did you like working with the most? Who did you least like working with? And then look at the top 2, 3, 5 people, depending on how many clients you're looking at. And what do those people have in common? Because that's where you'll often find they also have ADHD. Because I love to work with the ADHDers, or they're all young families, or they all like prioritize a slow pace of living. What are some of those less traditional things that they have in common? And that can help you, like, narrowing that down helps you design things in your business.
Yeah. And with your messaging.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And with what you're sharing about yourself too. I think that's a big part, is that whether it's early on or currently in business, we're a little nervous to share certain personal things because we don't want to scare off clients, but it's not scaring them off. It's just becoming clear on who we do want to work with.
For me, and a big change was swearing. If you've got some time and you scroll all the way back on my social media and you look at the videos, I was very like minding my P's and Q's, and I probably did 7 takes of the video and didn't say a lot of the things that I would have in a real client conversation. And then through a coach that I was working with at the time, she's like, excuse me, Sherry, I know you because we've spent time together like in person and on these video calls. And I know social media you, and they're not the same person. What's up with that? And then I went into like, oh, well, but she's like, bullshit. And then I started to pivot and then started to have
your people.
I started to have my like book, like a free consultation, and they'd be like dropping the F-bomb in the first sentence. I'm like, I love you. Can we please work together? Because it's just like, they're comfortable to do that because they know who I am. And if they're comfortable to do that, they're comfortable to share. If I ever had tidbits of conversations that I had with people that I just met, the things that they share with me, which I so appreciate, other people might be like, oh my, like first sentence was how much debt they were in.
Right. But you kind of enter those conversations when you do find someone through social media, typically that you connect with a lot of trust because you feel like you know them already, which is what one of our guests said today, actually, was it was super comfortable. And it was, I already feel like I know you from listening to our podcasts.
Yep. And it's a great episode, but it probably doesn't have any video because I've fucked up.
Okay. So friendly reminder, be kind in your mind and treat yourself the way you treat a friend.
Yeah, because we had to turn the video off because Val had some internet issues when we recorded virtually. And then I just thought that the video would turn back on, but it didn't. So we recorded 3 more episodes, one being a guest episode with no video, and I don't like it. It's okay.
Go follow Amy Jones Nutrition to make up for it.
I feel specifically bad about the guest episode, but I also like doing little video clips, and you can't really do that without video, but.
So with this piece too, I think a lot of the professional industries similar to ours is it's transitioning to, they want to see the person. They don't want to necessarily see this perfect professional. They want to know that you're like them. You are human. You make mistakes. You have a history. You aren't perfect. And in a lot of the circles that I'm in right now, it's lawyers talking like this. It's a transition from I have to be on and perfect and wear this and act this way. And then when I'm out of the office, I'm a totally different person. Like, no, people actually want to know your human side in the process of working with you.
And I find that they really want to know a bit of the personal, like, what do you do outside of work? Just like little glimpses. And it's got to be what you're comfortable sharing too. But it's just like, if you want people to trust you, and think about if the situation were reversed, if you're looking for somebody or even products, what are you looking for as indicators that you're going to reach out to a service provider or purchase products from a specific business? And when you understand what you look for, that can often help direct you in what you put out there as well. So there's lots of different ways you can do this, and just like be yourself. And you don't have to go from like 0 to 100, but just start to gradually shift. If you're like, my image here is all professional and that's not who I am. Yeah, just as a real
planting
person.
Seeds.
Yep. Who do you want to work with? Who do you reach out to when you're looking, like what comfort levels do you need to reach out to somebody, and what inspires you to take action? And find your people, because if running a business gets so much easier. And to be clear, it's not ever easy, but it gets easier when you're working with people that you genuinely enjoy spending time with, especially if you're a fellow service-based business, because then like sometimes it just feels like I'm having a chat with a friend. Yes, we get shit done, but we probably also talk about 12 other topics as well. And it's just like, it makes things easier.
And it builds that relationship too.
Yep. Builds trust, helps you continue to get to know them, because even when you're having conversations that aren't directly related to your business and the service you're providing,
you're still painting the picture.
It gives you slivers of insight. It's like, well, wait, I just heard this. Yeah. Like, we don't have this included.
Let's go back
in
to
your
that.
budget. How do we work that in? So just know that there is somebody out there who you are the exact person that they need in their life or in their business. And if you don't let a little bit of yourself out, you are not going to pull those people in and like shove the people out that you don't want to work with.
You're missing a lot of boats if you're not turning the light on in the lighthouse.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, we haven't had an analogy.
It's been a while.
We're not going to put a million analogies, but it's like
we just keep trying to one-up each other's analogies for the next hour.
It's like, are you casting a net out into the whole ocean and just pulling in whatever fish comes in? Or are you like got a very specific lure to attract
Yes.
the exact thing you're trying to pull in, as somebody who hasn't fished since I was 5.
Yes.
And has no business sharing this analogy.
Big fisher girl. Big fisher girl.
No, not at all. So it's like, find your people by being you, and be okay with that pushing some people away and you maybe getting some haters, because the good thing with social media is you get to block people that are haters. And if you're thinking about leaving a hate comment on one of our posts or anybody else's posts, get fucked, because we're going to block you. Because like, who has the energy for that? If you don't want to see somebody in your feed, you just block them.
Someone who probably needed a hug, you know.
I know. And the hater comments are always accounts that have 0 videos and are not putting themselves out there at all, because it's so easy to judge somebody who is putting themselves out there.
Yeah.
You're not,
in your head.
You're not doing that. So yeah, we got off on tangents, and sorry for the rant, but
thanks for listening.
We will see you next time, because we'll be on video next time too. Okay, bye.